Hello everyone, welcome back to Electro-Anarchy. Today I want to deal with this Synaptic Pad here. Now this one doesn't have the buttons because it was on the motherboard, so we'll be building that later and then actually connecting it into this board to run through here. But the biggest thing is getting this to connect. As you can see, it had one of these ZIF connectors here that went to the board, and it's not something that you can just easily plug into the Raspberry Pi. So what we're going to do is there are these little connections here which are essentially test connections for checking this for QC and whatnot and manufacturing. So we're going to plug into these, and the ports that we're going to be using, according to my handy dandy little cheat sheet here, is we are going to be connecting a PS2 plug into this. So I went down, I got an old school PS2 plug here. We'll be cutting that, splicing that in, and then we're going to be going to a PS2 to USB converter. Inside of here it has the necessary, it's basically just some, from what I understand, some line limiting circuitry as far as some capacitors, some resistors and whatnot that allow this to convert to the digital signal to a line level quality that will work on USB, because PS2 is an older format. But anyway, I'm just going to do this for simplicity's sake. Later on, if all this works, maybe for version 2 I might build something a little bit more elegant, if you will. But for now, that's what I'm going to do to test this out and make sure that it does function and that it will work on our Raspberry Pi. So let me get this soldered up and then we'll try this out and see what it does. Alright, we're back. I got this thing all wired up here, and what I highly recommend doing just to make sure is to use a multimeter and test out which colors go to which pins. Basically what I ended up with on this one in particular is you're going to have your terminal T23, or T23, which is down in, kind of down buried underneath here. So what I did is I went over here to the main chassis ground, and that's going to be ground, and that's a green wire. Okay, so you got your green. Then you're going to have your T10 and T11, which is T10 is clock, T11 is data, and they are right underneath here. So you got T11 and T10, which is going to be your yellow and your black. And then your power, your red, is going to come from T22 over here. Now all these Synaptic pads, for the most part, are the same wiring. This one's just got one of these little chip blob things, but some of these actually have an encapsulated chip in a regular package, different types and whatnot. But on this particular one, I ended up with an orange, a brown, and of course the shielding that's not connected. So let's see how this thing works. One of the main things that you're going to have to do, because this actually has a little small board in here, and I went to see what was in here. I haven't opened this one up, but there's actually another chip, little chip blob in here that converts the PS2 to the USB signals. So what I'll probably end up doing is, to make this all nice and neat, I will probably end up just doing away with all this wiring, and I'll break this open and then wire directly from here to the board, bypassing all this cables, and then running from there from the USB. So let's plug this in and see if it works here. Plug this into the mouse, which, as I understand, is pretty critical for this to work. Alright, and then we plug this guy into USB. Hopefully I can do all this without breaking anything. Alright, it's in. And there we go. See the little mouse? And I can do what looks like, well, it started to. Thumbs up here. No, I just have to do one finger at a time. So this doesn't have gestures or anything on it. probably going to be a software type thing, but oh well. I can actually use this. And yep, it works just like a standard mouse. So there we go. That's how you turn the Synaptic touchpad off a laptop into a USB device that we will plug into our Raspberry Pi for this laptop build. So there you go, just a nice little quickie on how to do this, and got some other stuff coming up as parts are coming in, and we'll work on batteries and the LCD screen and all that good stuff here before too long. Get this thing built, be cool. So that's it for this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. Let me know why. If you like this channel, please subscribe and follow me along this build. See you next time. Take care.